Good morning, students. Welcome back to our biology class. And last class, what we have discussed, we'll just recall about that. We have discussed about the cell. What are the main parts of the cell, and what is the cell membrane, and what is the cell wall. And I have given at the end of this video also. I have given the differences between the cell membrane and the cell wall. So, what is cell membrane? You know, it is the outer covering of the cell. It is the outer covering of the cell, and it allows only the useful things to enter inside the cell, and it also sends the waste materials from the cell to outside. And the cell membrane is present both in plant cell and also animal cell. But what is the main difference between plant cell and animal cell means along this cell membrane one extra layer is present in plant cell, that is a cell wall. And already I have explained you in the last class only what is cell membrane and what it is made up of, and what are the main uses of the cell membrane. Also, cell wall gives one particular shape for the cell. Without cell membrane, we cannot see any shape to the cell. So, cell membrane not only covers, not only the protects, and it also maintains one particular shape. It gives one particular shape to the cell, isn't it? And cell wall, it is very flexible and very strong in nature, and it is present in plant cells. So I am just recalling your previous class about the cell membrane and cell wall and all. So now today in this class we'll discuss about the our next main part of the cell, that is the nucleus. So now we are going to discuss about the nucleus. As you know, nucleus, it is one of the important part which is present in the cell. So, I will ask you one question to you. So, do you think nucleus is a organelle or not? Do you think that nucleus is organelle or not? And as you know, the cytoplasm contains a cell organelles, isn't it? Now, what I'm asking is nucleus is a one of the organelle of the cell or not? What is your answer? Any idea? Yes, nucleus, it is the one of the organelle of the cell. So, nucleus, it is one of the most distinct, largest organelle. So, nucleus is one of the most distinct, largest organelle. It is the largest. Okay, it is the largest organelle in the cell, and distinct means what? It is different compared to the other organelle. So, the nucleus, it is one of the most distinct, largest organelle in the cell. So, nucleus is one of the organelle of the cell. So, we're discussing about the nucleus. First of all, who discovered the nucleus or who observed the nucleus in the cell? So, the first nucleus was observed or discovered by the scientist Robert Brown. Robert Brown discovered the nucleus in the year 1831. Who discovered the nucleus? Means Robert Brown. In which year? 1831. And who discovered the cell? Robert Hooke. And who discovered the nucleus? Robert Brown. In which year? 1831. Okay. So Robert Brown discovered the nucleus in the cell in the year 1831. When he discovered that nucleus in the cell, he just discovered, but he did not. He didn't say what is the main functions of the nucleus. Means he do not know the functions of the nucleus at the time when he discovered. But he discovered only the nucleus among the other in the cell, which is the largest. Just he discovered the nucleus, but he do not know the what is the main function of the cell. Main function of the nucleus, isn't it? Now, and the scientist is there. The scientist, you know about the Sladen, isn't it? So, who is Sladen? You know, Sladen and the Schwann, I have said you. These two scientists have proposed the cell theory. So, Sladen, he is one of the main proponents of cell theory. He stated, what he stated? He stated one statement about the nucleus. He said that new cells arise from the nucleus. What the Sladen stated, new cells arise from the nucleus, and hence he called that particular nucleus, he called it as a cytoblast. He called it as a cytoblast. Why he called it as a cytoblast means new cells arise from the nucleus. So he named it as a cytoblast. He named it as a cytoblast. Who named nucleus as a cytoblast means Sladen. Who discovered the nucleus? Robert Brown. In which year? 1831. Remember, when he discovered the nucleus, he did not know what is the main functions of the nucleus. Then another scientist, Sladen, what he stated means new cells arise from the nucleus, and he named nucleus as a cytoblast. It is only his statement. Okay, later, next we'll see. So, by discussing about the nucleus, it is one of the largest organelle in the cell. It was discovered by the Robert Brown, and the Sladen used to call nucleus as a cytoblast, and he given that name because he stated that new cells arise from the nucleus. Okay, so now we'll discuss about what is the main functions of the nucleus. Functions of the nucleus. Okay. So before moving into the functions, shall we discuss the structure, or we'll discuss about the functions? Okay, we'll discuss about the functions first. Functions. So what is the main function of the nucleus? Functions of nucleus. So what is the main functions of the nucleus? Okay, so nucleus, it is the largest organelle, I said to. It controls, okay, it controls all the functions of the cell. So nucleus controls all the functions of the cell. So nucleus is also called as cells control room. So nucleus is also called as a cells control room because, as I mentioned you just now, it controls all the functions of the cell. So hence it is controlling all the functions of the cell. So we can call it nucleus as a cells control room. Understood? Not only controlling, it also determines the characteristics of an individuals. Characteristics of an individuals. So it also determines the characteristics of an individual. It means what? The nucleus contains the genetic material. The nucleus contains the genetic material. The nucleus contains the genetic material. So already we have discussed in your 8th class. So that's why I'm little bit fast. So the nucleus contains the genetic material. So what do you know about the genetic material? You know. Because of presence of this genetic material only, we used to get the characters from parents to children. Okay, means what is the genetic material? The genetic material, as I said you, that is the DNA, RNA. So these are the main genetic materials, and these genetic materials are mainly responsible for the characteristics of the particular person, the characters. For example, so if you take us as an example, for example, the skin color we may get from the father, or some of the eye shape, or we used to get from the mother. Means what? The characters will be carried from the parents to their children. This can be happen only with the help of the genetic material, nothing but the genes. That the genes contains the genetic material, that is the DNA and RNA. Okay, so like this, the nucleus contains the genetic material, and it also involves in the determining the characteristics. Means it carries the characters from the parents to children. Okay, so it controls all the functions, so it is called as a cells control room, and it also determines the characteristics, and because it contains the genetic material. Okay, so now these are the main functions of this cell. Okay, main functions of the nucleus. Okay, so now we'll discuss about the structure of the nucleus. The structure of the nucleus. We'll discuss about that. So, what is how the structure will be visible? So now we'll discuss about the structure of the nucleus. Structure of the nucleus. Okay, so in this, you know the structure of the cell. It contains a cell membrane, cytoplasm, and what? Nucleus. In the same manner, the nucleus also have the particular parts. Now observe here. The nucleus may be spherical or a disc shape in structure. Okay, it may be a spherical shape or a disc shape in structure. So observe here. So it might be the spherical or the disc shape, but now I am drawing in a spherical form, and this you can observe here. So as I said you, in the cell membrane separates. The cell membrane separates the cell from the external environment. Isn't in the same manner, it is the nuclear membrane. It is the nuclear membrane. So it is a nuclear membrane which separates the contents of the nucleus from the external environment. Means what? From the cytoplasm. Okay, so where it is present inside the cell. Okay, now this nuclear membrane is separating from the external environment of the cytoplasm, from the contents of the cytoplasm. Simply we can say what? The nuclear membrane separates this nucleus from the contents of the cytoplasm. Contents of the cytoplasm. Remember, the nucleus is present inside the cell. Now I am explaining, I am drawing only the nucleus of the function and this structure. Okay, so this is the nuclear membrane, and here this one you can say this is a nuclear pores. Nuclear pores. Okay, and as I said you, the cell contains the jelly-like substance. We call it as a cytoplasm. In the same manner, the fluid-filled space which is present inside the nucleus, we call it as a nucleoplasm. We call it as a nucleoplasm. Okay, the space which is present inside the nucleus, the fluid filled space, and we call it as a nucleoplasm. And here a distinct shape that is called nucleolus. Okay, this is about, and as I said too, the nucleus contains the genetic material. I said, just now the nucleus contains a genetic material which is mainly responsible for carrying the characters from parents to their children. Okay, so this is about the structure of the nucleus. Okay, so it is a nuclear membrane which separates the nucleus from the contents of the cytoplasm. It is a nuclear pore, nucleoplasm, and nucleolus, and the genetic material. As I said you, the genetic material is responsible for carrying the characters from the parents to their children. So now, based on this structure, the complete well-bound nucleus, well-organized nucleus. What do you mean by well-organized nucleus? Means the presence of all the parts. So to which part we can say well-organized? It is the membrane-bound organized nucleus. It is a membrane-bound organized nucleus. So what do you mean by membrane bound organized nucleus? Means it contains the membrane. What is a membrane? Nuclear membrane. It is a membrane bound organized nucleus, means it contains all the particular parts, isn't it? So we call it as a membrane bound or organized nucleus. So based on the presence of membrane bound organized nucleus, the cell is mainly divided into two types. And as you know, what are those two types of cell based on the presence of membrane bound organized nucleus? One is a prokaryotic cell and another one is a eukaryotic cell. In prokaryotic cell, we cannot see the membrane bound organized nucleus, whereas in eukaryotic cell we can see the membrane bound nucleus. So next class we'll discuss about the what